Good evening, everybody. I am here with Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion. I see you had your ring on.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, he's got it on. He doesn't go anywhere without it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Drew Pearson. Welcome into the Couch Potato Sports Show, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and it's always a pleasure to be on the couch.
Yeah, I appreciate it because the couch can hold a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
As big as I am.
You get to hold a cold drink in one hand or remote control in the other hand. Life is good.
We try to do it. Hey, since we're here, folks that don't know, this is the general manager of the IFL Indoor Football League, Allen Wranglers, and he makes himself available to fans, makes himself available to guys like us. Notice we're not ESPN, we're not Fox, we're down here. We're the Couch Potato Sports Show. He's taking a couple minutes. Let me ask you a couple of questions about your team that you're putting out on the field. You bring in a big guy, and you'll explain that. And what is the process of finding a guy that is going to be, I'm going to tell you right now, that guy's going to be a big, big asset to this football team?
Yeah, the process is just knowing who's around, who's available. And I think that's an advantage for us as far as what we know because of our head coach. He's been a lifer in the IFL, and he knows just about every player that's played in this league or come through this league or wants to still play in this league. And when we lose somebody, because through the course of the season we're going to have injuries, we can step up and fill it in because Coach Pennell knows people, knows players, and when we get able to lose somebody, like a Keithon Fleming at running back, he knows that Darius Fudge is out there, he brings him in, and bam, we don't miss a beat.
Absolutely. Now, also being in Texas, that's got to be a big advantage too. Texas is football. Without Texas, we don't have Friday Night Lights. We don't have the Dallas Cowboys. We don't have anything. That's got to be an advantage of bringing people in.
Oh, without a doubt. And the fact that we run our organization in a professional manner, we treat our players probably a little better than most organizations do in the IFL. And, that's whether about the apartments they live in, the food they eat, the travel arrangements, and all those kind of stuff. We try to treat these guys as professionals. And when that kind of word gets around the league, then,
telephone rings.
Right. They start beating on our door, wanting to play for this franchise. And we want that. We want to be the model franchise of the IFL.
And I think you're doing a very good job. You look at the first game. They said the attendance in the first game was the most you had even in the whole season as a general manager, and also some of the owners. That's got to be a huge look at the future as far as the Allen Wranglers are concerned.
Yeah, we've had a good number, 5,700 in our first game, which is a record attendance for any event in the Allen event. We're proud of that.
You even beat out Reba McIntyre.
Oh, Reba, because you got to cut off part of the arena.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You lose some seating there. But we even beat out, what's his name, Neil McCoy, when he came down here. Tony Hill brought him in here to do a concert, and I happened to be there along with Tony Dorsett in support of Tony Hill. And once we were introduced, Tony and I said, well, we're going to leave now. And then they introduced Neil McCoy, and he started jamming up there and putting on a great show. We ended up staying the whole night. But there's been a lot of events there, but now we got pro football there. And because of that, this is what this community, I think, needed. Football, as you say, is big around here. Allen High School football is second to none. Whether it's their record or the things they do, the boosters, the stadiums, the uniforms, the facilities, and all that kind of stuff. So we just want to ride on the crest what's happening here in the city of Allen as far as their growth is concerned. And then the crest of the interest of people in football.
Yeah.
And, when the Cowboys season ends so abruptly, it disappoints a lot of people. And they're not done. They're not ready to give up football. And so that's what we try to fill that void for them and bring some professional football from February through June and hopefully a little longer for it to play.
We're here with Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion Drew Pearson. Now, Drew, there's lots to talk. You talked about running the organization as far as the Allen Wranglers is maybe kind of a mirror of what was in the heyday, I guess you could say, of the Dallas Cowboys. Tell me what that does. I mean, when you're out there doing what you're doing for the Wranglers, what did you learn over in Dallas to bring you into what's going on with Allen right now?
Yeah, well, that's very important to what I learned. And I'm glad the owner, John Franco, is in accord with this because we want to be a model franchise. And the way that, not just in the league with our wins and losses, we've got to have a good product around out on the field. So fans in this area, you can't fool us.
Fickle.
Yeah, if you're not playing good football, they're not going to come see you. So we got to have good football out on the field, but we want to support that with a strong front office, just like the Dallas Cowboys did back in the day.
Yeah.
Tex Schramm was second to none. Absolutely. He brought so many innovations to the game of football, the NFL, that he's probably the most important person that's ever come through. When you look at all the great things, he's an instant replay, cheerleaders, Thanksgiving Day games, and things of that nature, Monday Night Football, all are part of what Tex Schramm tries to instill and be part of what the NFL was trying to do. And so I understand that that's important. It's the same thing here. If we want to connect to the community, we got to have good product out there on the field that they want to associate with, but we also got to do things out in the community, whether it be corporate sponsorship or marketing or going to schools with our players so the kids can see them and hear them and talk to them, charity events and all these kind of things. I can't tell you how many Chamber of Commerce I have spoken to trying to get the name of the Allen Wranglers out there and try to get people excited about what we're trying to do. And so the front office is very important to that whole scheme of things and making things successful. And with John Franco, our owner, he's only going to go get the best. And in doing that, we've made a lot of changes, but only the changes to help us make it successful.
You guys are on ESPN week 1 of the IFL season. What was the feedback on that, and how did that go? Because I got a lot of people on this show asking, how did ESPN go for the Allen Wranglers?
As far as we're concerned, it went very well. We had a good broadcast, which was carried through Time Warner Cable, which is a major two for us. They have a affiliate like Time Warner Cable associated with us. And, we won the football game, and America got a chance to see some indoor football, number one, absolutely, on a national basis, which never has happened before. And number two, they can see that this is a great game, a game that they might want to be associated with themselves and have opportunities in their communities or their state, their town, wherever that if their indoor football is there, they might want to go to a game now for what they saw on the national level, from us with ESPN. So major coup for us to be on ESPN.
One last question, I'll get you out of here. Dallas Cowboys, the future of the Dallas Cowboys, what you see as far as the team. I mean, there's probably not going to be anybody in here that could probably scout the Dallas Cowboys better than Drew Pearson, getting it from the horse's mouth. What are you looking at this team this year? I mean, are you happy with some of the off-season acquisitions of this team, or do you think there's some more work that needs to be done?
Oh, there's still more work needs to be done. Most of the work needs to be done with the attitude. These guys just wanting to play, playing out of their head and just knocking people out. I'm not talking about putting a bounty on people, but I'm just talking about playing football the way it's supposed to be played.
Right.
Sometimes your coach's schemes, your game plan ain't going to work out there on the football field. But that doesn't mean you can't tackle anymore. That doesn't mean you can't knock down a pass or catch a pass or run the football or throw touchdowns. So, they got some good personnel, but I think they strengthened themselves in the offseason. I think the big thing about the Dallas Cowboys right now, which they haven't had since Bill Parcells was here, is that they have an identity. I think Jason Garrett, I don't know what that is yet, but he seems like he knows what he wants. So they go out and get players, not necessarily the big names. I'm glad they signed that cornerback, who was the best who was the best free agent
at that time.
At that
12 hours earlier, it might have been Cortland Finnegan, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd rather have him than Finnegan, even though Finnegan is more physical and a tough cornerback. Carr is a better skill guy as far as covering receivers and being like what they call nowadays in the NFL a shutdown corner.
Yeah.
bring that shutdown corner over here. I'll make them eliminate that terminology in the NFL. Shutdown corner. You're going to shut me down for a whole game? You're going to play me man to man and shut me down? Never going to happen.
Now, let's get this ring one more time, folks, because describe the ring really quick and let people know how many diamonds are in this thing.
I don't know, 32 or something.
Beautiful.
But these two large diamonds represent Super Bowl victories.
Right.
When we got it, it was the second Super Bowl victory in Cowboy history. So
right.
That's why the two large diamonds. The last time they won, they it was the 5th Super Bowl, so the ring had 5 large diamonds.
Got it.
I don't know if they're real because it was Jerry Jones. I know ours are real. And this is white gold, and guess what? It still works in a club. Because don't I look 10 years younger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at me. Looks like I even got hair.
Forget photo edits. You got a Super Bowl.
Speaking of hair, get a shot of that.
That's the only way you're going to get it. Right here on the Couch Potatoes Sports Show.
We couch it, baby.
That's right.